Minister. My name is P.S.A. I retired from the public service in 1985 as Deputy Secretary of Cabinet for Economic Policy and Economic Affairs. I have two questions, sir. The first one is, would you like to comment on my colleague's letter this morning, or article this morning, in the Telegraph Journal, making reference to Toronto-based administrators that would charge factors of 10 or more for administering a pension plan that is very well administered in the country? My second question is partly to Mr. Ferguson and partly to you, sir. I have the Mono-Sobeco actuarial reports of 2003, 2005, 2002, 2005, and 2008. Trying to get the one for 2011 is impossible because the legislative library doesn't have it. I'm told that the department is withholding the report because the report hasn't been read yet. Is the 2011 Mono report, which Sobeco no longer appears on them. So, Mr. Ferguson, were you the author of the 2008 report? Mr. Ferguson, were you the author of the 2008 report, 2005 report, or 2002 report? Yeah. Well, what happened between 2008 and 2011? Because this report does not back your comments today.
I'll tell you what I will confirm from this session is the report has been written. I will confirm when it will be released, and I can get back to this group or whomever the gentleman was to confirm the exact time. I'll confirm that with you.
Yeah, either back.
You got it, right? Yes, I'll come back to you on that. In fact, maybe we can find out while we're here.
What about my second question?
All right, the second question regarding to investment managers. Correct?
No, your comment on Mr. McKinnon's comment this morning was my first question.
Yes.
My second question to Mr. Ferguson was he involved in writing the previous one report? And if he is, what is so different in the 2011 report that changed from 2008? Because the change between the two reports does not support his comments today.
Well, I think what we can both say on that is in relation to the report, what we have seen here is, and what was shown on the slides, is that the government has continued to overfund or make a top-up into the plan. So we are currently doing that at the rate of above the rate of 2.5 times that of the employer. So that is what the government has been doing to keep this fund afloat. And in addition to that, there's special contributions that have been made. So the peer reports would show that, some more, some less, depending on where the market was in the given year. But the average, as you have seen there, and as was shown on the slide, the number over the last 10, 20 years totals in the billions of increased contributions. So what the process we're trying to unfold here is to say, what is fair to the employees, what is fair to the employers, which are the citizens of the province, all of the taxpayers in the province. How do we get to a position where we fund a pension that is reasonable, reliable, and equitable and fair to all concerned? And right today, a funding model that sees a 2.5 times contribution is not fair to all of the taxpayers in this province, including yourself.
I hate to be effective, sir, but you still haven't answered my question.
So I didn't read it. So what was the issue about 10 times? You're talking about the fees to manage the fund? Yeah. So that's what I started with.
No. The comment was being transferred.
No, there are no plans. There are no plans to do that. None. I asked and answered a question earlier about the gentleman talking about MBIMC and the benefits they have shown to date and the performance they've shown to date. This model has nothing in it that would suggest any change to MDMIMC's ability to manage the fund, other than the governance of the fund, which is a trustee board. And that has to be determined who would be on that board. But the fund can be managed the very same way they are today.
Why would one of my former colleagues, who was secretary of the board, was the first president of NBIMC, moved on to a lot of this stuff. I went through the 1984 budget, the 1983 budget, the 1985 budget. The problem was just as severe. The uncertainty was even more serious. Contracts are not open. So why today I cannot get an answer straight about when will this bloody Monroe report be tabled?
No, well, I just said that I will confirm that and give you the time and exact time when it will be tabled.
Thank you.
Okay, Mike number one.
Jacques Verge, retraité de l'enseignement. J'ai commencé à enseigner en 1974 et je pense que c'est la 9e présentation que je vois de M. Ferguson. 8 dans son autre vie, alors qu'il travaillait au gouvernement. J'étais au niveau de la Fédération des enseignants et à chaque fois qu'on avait une présentation et qu'on nous disait que notre fonds était capitalisé à 78, 80, 84, 85, ça a été jusqu'à 103, il n'y avait aucun problème. Maintenant, il y a des problèmes. Mais je vais vous dire c'est quoi le problème. Le problème, c'est le gouvernement du Nouveau-Brunswick. Vous devez faire des changements parce que vous n'avez pas les revenus nécessaires. C'est pas plus compliqué que ça. Il y a d'autres solutions que cela. Le Québec en a annoncé une hier soir, qui me semble beaucoup plus logique. C'est rare que je dise ça du Québec, là, mais qui me semble beaucoup plus logique que la vôtre. Vous n'avez pas regardé toutes les alternatives. Maintenant, M. Ferguson, si on dit comme à Radio-Canada, si la tendance se maintient, là, si on regarde le plan actuel, dans les 5 ou 10 prochaines années, quelle serait la contribution du gouvernement et quelle serait la contribution du gouvernement sur ce plan inacceptable? Vous devez avoir fait ça. Un actuaire, ça fait ça.
Les cotisations totales qui iraient dans la caisse de la fonction publique, totale. Laissez-moi répondre à la question complètement, s'il vous plaît.
Okay. Vous répondez à la question.
Oui, à la question. Les cotisations totales ne changeraient pas. Par contre, il y a deux choses qui changent dans le règlement public, qui sauvent, qui réduisent le taux de cotisation de la province et qui augmentent le financement de la partie de la caisse qui est pour les retraités. Deux choses. Les cotisations sont les mêmes, les employés vont en payer plus. Alors la province va en payer moins. Oui, effectivement, j'ai dit que je vous donnais des faits, c'est ce que je fais. Deuxièmement, parce que les prestations des participants actifs vont être basées sur une retraite à 65 ans pour le service futur, ça coûte moins cher qu'une retraite à 60 ans. Ces sommes-là vont pour améliorer la sécurité et bâtir des réserves pour donner l'indexation. Alors, c'est ça les changements. Mais l'argent total qui rentre dans la caisse est sensiblement la même.
Ce que vous me dites, c'est que les contributions spéciales seront plus basses pour le gouvernement. Je ne veux pas parler des contributions de l'employeur. L'employeur, il y a un contrat à respecter. La garantie supplémentaire, elle vient du gouvernement.
Mettons ça comme ça, OK? Dans le régime actuel, les cotisations du gouvernement peuvent varier de 0, quand il y a des gros surplus, à environ 16% de la masse salariale aujourd'hui. OK? Je crois que les chiffres ne sont pas totalement finalisés. Les cotisations du gouvernement sont permanentes. En d'autres mots, ils ne varient pas de 0 à 16. Ils vont être de l'ordre de 10% ou même plus que 10%, 11% et un peu plus. Alors, au lieu de payer de 0 à 15, tu payes de 10 à 11% tout le temps. Dans le temps, ça vient à la même somme d'argent, quoique il y a une réduction parce que les cotisations des participants, le partage du coût du régime change pour l'avenir.
Pourquoi changer? Je n'ai pas encore reçu ma réponse. Je vais tenter une troisième fois. Est-ce que le plan proposé est un moyen pour sauver l'argent au gouvernement, pas comme employeur?
Obviously, this is one of the structural deficit problems that we have, the liability around the guaranteed pension plan. It is one our creditors look at and say, what are you going to do about that? It's one that is looked at across this country with pensions that are in trouble. And in any situation where it's a guarantee from the government, it becomes a liability of the government. It definitely has an impact on our bottom line. The ability to fund it as a normal plan would be funded and not guarantee that all taxpayers fund a pension plan, which many, let's say 60% or plus of the residents of the province themselves do not have one. At over twice the contribution level of the employee is not one that we would consider as fair and equitable. So we're trying to find a roadmap through that. One, for fair and equity between all taxpayers. Two, to help improve the structural deficit of this province. And the other, to ensure the security of the plan on a go-forward basis.
J'ai pas encore eu de réponse. Est-ce que ça va vous sauver de l'argent? Bout de bon Dieu, c'est clair?
Ultimately, yes.
Bon. La vérité ne coûte pas cher. La vérité ne coûte pas cher. Je vais faire un dernier commentaire puis laisser la chance aux autres. Il y a une chose que je me souviens de la présentation de M. Ferguson. Je vais la lire en français. L'objectif est de gérer les incertitudes futures. Vous en avez une la prochaine élection.